Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
So guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me yet again. As you all know that I was at the Token 2049 event in Singapore for the last 1 week, and right now I'm in Bali for vacation for another 10 days, but I am not going to stop giving you alpha. So if you missed out on the Token 2049 event, if you could not go, guys, you have to watch this video because I'm going to decode every single narrative that was being talked about at the event, what was going on behind the scenes. And that is why, guys, it becomes very important that you watch this video till the very end because it is going to be one of the most crucial episodes that you ever watch on this channel. So let's get right into the alpha. All right. So the first thing that I need to talk about is Bitcoin. We are sitting very close to all-time high levels, $125,000. I believe that price is going to go higher and it is actually going to cross $140,000, $150,000 very soon. As you already know, guys, my price targets have not changed no matter what has happened in the markets, and my price targets for the bull market for Bitcoin are sitting between $180,000 to $220,000. If price is in this range, I will start selling aggressively and I will take all the profits on almost everything. But guys, one more thing that I need to mention here before I jump further into the main content of the episode is the fact that, when Bitcoin does something like this and is in this region, in the selling zone, it does not mean that your altcoins will also be sitting at all-time highs. All right. Your altcoins will actually make all-time highs when Bitcoin is consolidating in this region and creates the second top or maybe a lower high or maybe a higher high, the final push towards the upside, the euphoric push towards the upside. That is when you're going to see your altcoins top out. All right. So it is very important that you're not selling just on the first pump of Bitcoin because as you already know, guys, money moves into Bitcoin first and then it goes to Ethereum and then it goes to other larger cap plays like Solana, like BNB, and then it moves on to other smaller cap plays and then finally to the meme coins. But meme coins have been the topic of the cycle. But there is something very interesting that I saw at the event, which I could compare from last year's event in Singapore. And that was, guys, that meme coins were not the talk of the town. Right? If you have seen my post on X just a few days ago on October 4th, then you very well know. Then I did tell you guys that last year, Token 2049 in Singapore was all about AI and meme coins. This year, it has been mostly about stable coins, DeFi, and one more narrative that I have redacted, which I will show you in this episode itself. All right. Alpha is coming up in, in the upcoming videos, which I mentioned here. So this is one of those videos. And then guys, I am comfy holding the memes I love while the real teams and real community is built. The time will come. Now, what is this all about? First off, let's just discuss quickly about meme coins. And I'm not going to show you the charts because I did give you an update yesterday itself. Those are my conviction plays. But the thing is, the bigger whales or smart money is not focusing on meme coins this time because they have seen, how high they can go in the last Q4, in the previous year, and then how fast they can also plummet back towards the downside and then never go back up. There have been plenty of such meme coins, from all of the meme coins that actually went up in the previous run, in the previous small mini cycle, I would say last year. Out of all of that, only SPX 6900 and maybe Fartcoin, these are the two that were actually able to recover, and they were actually also able to outperform the rest of the market, right? So it is like you're finding just 2 or 3 plays out of thousands and thousands of plays that actually ended up making it above more than $100 million in market cap, and more than, I would say 50, 60 plays went above $500 million as well. But they are now all back down, right? So that is why smart money is not focusing on meme coins this time. This is something that you need to understand because if your portfolio is 70, 80, 90% into meme coins, you have to become an active trader. All right. You cannot be an investor in meme coins. Whenever you are in profits, you trim out your positions slowly and slowly. All right. And I've shared multiple videos on this channel itself where you can learn how to trim out your positions so that you remain to be the most profitable person trading that chart. All right. Now, talking about the same thing, I still believe that Bitty has that asymmetric potential because of the fact that it is currently sitting at just $6.6 million market cap. Guys, from here, $66 million is 10x. $660 million is 100x. This can do 100x from the current price as well. There is potential. Now, I'm not saying that it is going to do so, but it can do. All right. You are only trading probabilities. And that is why it is important that whatever I am getting into, I know my conviction on that and I can hold through 50, 60, 70% drawdowns and even enter more if I have solid conviction on these kind of plays. All right. So that is why I am into 𝗕𝗘. All right. Similarly, I'm into 𝗬𝗠. Similarly, I'm into 𝗕𝗘𝗪. Similarly, I'm into 𝗕𝗑𝗪𝗓, which I do believe is very undervalued right now, guys. I can show you this right here. You can see, we are sitting at the bottom of this channel, and this is also the 886 Fibonacci level. And I did share the proof on my X handle as well, as I promised you yesterday. This right here, as you can see, I have bought $18,600 worth of XBT, and I have still held everything. I have diamond handed everything that I've bought on XBT. That is my conviction, right? Now again, why am I holding XBT? Again, guys, this is sitting at $1.6 million market cap. From here, $16 million is 10x. $160 million is going to be 100x. This can do a 200, 300x as well. There is potential. All right, so I'm just betting on the probabilities. While what I have decided to do is I am going to exit all of my larger cap meme coins. For example, 𝗕𝗘𝗪, for example, 𝗕𝗫, for example, Fartcoin, SPX 6900, anything. All right, because at most what they can do, in my opinion, even in a good full-blown altcoin season, is going to be rather a 2, 3 or maximum of 5x, which is also I really doubt because of what sentiment actually I saw at the Token 2049 event. So that is going to be very important, guys. Please take this into consideration. Again, guys, this is not financial advice. Nothing on this channel is, but I'm just giving you what I saw on the event. All right. So focus on plays that have that asymmetric bet. So if you lose them, you lose them. But if you actually win on them, if you actually get that 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x returns, they can actually impact your portfolio instead of holding something that has already played out in the past cycles. All right. For example, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, these kind of plays, guys, they're not going to make you a millionaire. All right, you have to understand these things, right? Now, apart from that, what do we have? We also have junk coin, right? This is right here. It's sitting at just $242,000 market cap. So this can do a 10x at just $2.4 million. This can do a 100x at $24 million. At $240 million, this is a 1000x, which I don't think is going to happen, but there is a possibility, right, of a 1000x as well. It's not like a very absurd price projection, because $240 million for meme coins, we have seen that happen multiple times. But I would say that from here, 100x is easily possible. That's just $24 million in market cap, right? So position yourself into these kind of plays. If you lose, if I lose, it's fine, guys. You have to accept these things as well. But the key takeaway from this particular thing is going to be that you are not all in just on meme coins. All right, you have to build a solid altcoin portfolio as well. This will help you manage your risk. This will help you sleep at night peacefully, because meme coins are very volatile as well, right? So one day you are down, one day you are up. Right now, you must be holding Pandu, right? So right now you might be up significantly. I have to give a shout out to my guy, Win All Day, who actually shared this at $100,000 market cap, right? Pandu. So this is a beta play, as he says, to pudgy penguins, right? He mentioned it at $100,000. I saw it at $60,000, guys, and I faded it. And I would say that this was one of the worst mistakes of my life, because if I would have bought at $60,000, it would have been one of the best trades that I have taken in this entire cycle, right? Right now, it is sitting at $17 million. This move up is because James Wynn actually got in on Pandu Pandas, all right? Now, anyway, guys, the thing is, with this particular project as well, you can make a lot of money. Right now, you must have bought here, you must have bought here, you must have bought here. But guys, if you have made money, make sure that you pay yourself a little, right? It's not like you have to full clip sell, as I've mentioned in previous videos as well, right? There is a strategy to sell. So right now, it becomes very important, guys, that you practice caution, right? This can do $1 billion market cap, right? He says that it can do. Win All Day says that because he has a good position, and I do want that he wins, right? I do want that this goes to $1 billion or, even higher. But I am not in because I don't think that, I will get that asymmetric bet at the current price. If it dips right around here, guys, the confidence will be lost quite a lot. And then it becomes very difficult for meme coins like these to recover back up. All right. There are other plays as well, which he is mentioning, which I do like. And I might just mention one of those very soon. But again, guys, the most important thing for me is to give you plays where you get those asymmetric bets. All right. So that is why I'm telling you one thing, guys. If a meme coin, you have made a lot of profits, guys, make sure that you move those profits into altcoins as well, because you have to manage your risk. Right now, you're in good profits on Pandu, so you can sleep peacefully at night. But if you don't book your profits and you round trip all of your gains, you're not going to be able to sleep at night. You might be holding one of my plays like 𝗬𝗠, right? So if I show you the 𝗬𝗠 chart, so if you bought at the highs, let's just say you bought right around here at $5 million market cap. This is currently retraced more than 80-90%, right? It is currently sitting at $745,000. So now you might be really panicking in this region and you might be selling. While this is a classic pattern to form a reversal, all right? You can see right around here what happens at the lows. So basically, guys, when there is a meme coin that has already gone to like 5, 6, 7, $10 million market cap and it has retraced quite a lot, people know, traders know that, this is a good meme coin for scalping, right? So when price comes all the way to $500,000 market cap, these scalpers, these traders, not the believers, not the community members, they buy right here. And then when price does a 2x, they sell. All right. Then again, price comes back down right here, they buy. And then when price does a 2x, they sell. Again, price comes back to the lows, they buy, they again sell right around here. And because there is continuous selling at the highs, a lot of believers turn into 𝗕𝗓s. They also think that, this project is not good. And that is why you always see at the lows that, we have a consistent bottom formation at $500,000 for this case. And then we have lower highs consistently, all right? At one point, what happens is the reward for these scalpers, for these traders, reduce quite a lot. So now if you're buying at $500,000 and you are a scalper and you're not a believer in this project, you're not holding it for a longer period of time, but you're just trading it and you're buying it $500,000, now the reward is only 50%. All right. So now these scalpers are not going to ape the chart at the bottom. And that is when only the real community members can actually buy and support the chart. When that happens, the buys at the lows are not from the traders, are not from the scalpers. These buys are from real community members who are willing to hold. This is when you see the breakout. And right now you can see we have created a higher high, a slightly higher high right around here for Nunu. And we have also almost broken out of it. So now it appears to be, to me, that, we are going to see a move towards the upside. And potentially, guys, because of the things that has been happening behind the scenes, this looks really good to me. And I do believe that, from $737,000 market cap, if you see, a 10x is 7.3 million, which is, your all-time highs. And then 100x is $73 million. So there is potential. That is the entire thing that I want to see. And what would have the most potential? Real communities. These are the things that are going to help you out if you are trading meme coins. All right. Now, let's talk about the alpha of the episode. So I have already got my 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦 notebook, as you can see right around here. I have carried everything, guys. I'm in Bali, but still, you can see my dedication to help you all out because I wanted this alpha to drop as soon as possible. All right, we are already around 10 minutes in the video. So let's just get right into it. First off, guys, you have to understand a few things. What are the narratives of the cycle? So previously, guys, what we have had is AI. We have had meme coins, right? These are the two narratives which actually performed the best in the last Q4. All right. Now, guys, it is all about DeFi and it is all about stable coins. And why is it all about stable coins, by the way? And it was all about stable coins, by the way, on the event as well. Why is that? Because countries and governments all across the globe are building favorable laws for stable coins because they don't want to lose the dominance of their own home currency. All right. That is why we have the Genius Act in USA, right? Because they don't want to lose dollar dominance, right? Now, then we have DeFi, of course, because DeFi is one of those kind of narratives where somebody can build a protocol, a project, and they can earn real life revenue. All right. So it's a revenue making protocol that can be made in DeFi. All right. That is why DeFi. Then what else do we have? We have the new stuff, right? We still have AI, in my opinion, because AI is something that is going to grow in the next 5 to 10 years. It is just going to grow. So if you are getting into AI cryptos, it is good, but you have to bet on people or communities or projects, I would say, where, there is something real being built. And I'll show you one project, which I believe is going to really do pretty well in the AI sector in just a second. All right. Then what else do we have? We have RWA, which I think is a really good narrative, but the hype is certainly not growing as such. It is consistent in my opinion. So I'm not really keen about RWA plays, but I've already shared an entire list of RWA plays on this channel itself. So make sure that you, find it out on the channel itself and check out my RWA plays. Nothing has been changed. I've seen 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 do a lot of good things as well. But that is what we have in terms of cycle narratives. The new narratives that we have got only in this cycle, right? AI, RWA, and then the new one, the very new one, I would say, and that is going to be perp dexes, right? PD. So these are your Hyperliquid, your Aster, your Avantis on base, and then your Drift on Solana. And then we have the new narratives, new potential runners, which I'm going to discuss in just a second. One of these was actually the one that I redacted in the X post. So let's just quickly discuss all of these narratives. First off, let's just discuss the chart of 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 right here. All right, so this is one of those projects that was really being talked about at the Token 2049 event. All right, this you can see right here. I think there is a certain consolidation in this region, and eventually you are still going to see a breakout on this one. I don't see this going really low, and this is basically just forming some sort of a bull flag. All right, something like this is possible, or maybe we break out from here. These two possibilities are there. We either break out and retest and go higher, or we come back down right around here, and then we retest this region again after breaking out, and then we go higher. So these are the two possibilities on 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. Make sure that you are positioned on this if you want a safer 5x to 10x return in this cycle from 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. Maybe it does more. A lot of people are very bullish on this one. A lot of people think this is going to hit $10, but that is just a 5x, right? So you have to, make sure that what you're getting into, you are also getting into it because it suits what your portfolio goals are. All right, so that is going to be different for everybody, right? So that is why it is important that you focus on that. Then guys, the other play that we have on base is Avantis, right? So I think that is going to be AVNT right here. This is currently sitting at $1 billion in fully diluted valuation. All right, now this one, guys, I have marked off few key levels of support. This region right here is going to be a crucial zone of support in my opinion. You have to get into narratives like these when nobody is talking about it. After the first initial hype, there is a drawdown, but if the protocol is making revenue, they tend to come back up. That is why I'm still betting on Avantis, and right now, I'm not positioned, by the way, but I am going to get a position if price comes into this region between $144 million and $242 million in terms of circulating market cap, which is shown right around here, currently sitting at $282 million. Then we have Hyperliquid right around here. Now, with Hyperliquid, guys, a lot has been happening behind the scenes. And I do see that the sentiment is really shifting apart from Hyperliquid. So I do see this one coming back down, maybe somewhere around here at like $30. That is possible because it has just went up, and right now it has formed some sort of a top structure. All right, when price is just creating higher highs like this and is not able to, get that kind of a big move up out of the range. For this example, we have a parallel range towards the upside. When this happens, usually you are forming some sort of a bearish top. So something like this is possible when, you are breaking down from this channel and then coming back into support zones. All right. So this is something that you can focus on as well. From the highs to the lows, if I drop a Fibonacci, this is a crucial level. The 0.618 Fibonacci is sitting at $28.5. So I'm going to sell a portion of my hype tokens here itself, $46. All right, I'm going to make some room for the new things that are coming, for new trading opportunities, because I do see that this is going to come back down a little bit and probably coming all the way to like 28 to around $30. All right, so from the current price, it is going to be another 40% drop. So I don't want to be in this play for this 40% drop. All right, it is all about risk and reward, right? Now, the other play that I want to talk about is going to be Pump. Now, Pump has had significant, I would say, mind share in the last few days. And I was anticipating something like this, right? That is why I mentioned it right here at around 0.003, right? And then we had a massive move from around 0.003. This is where we called it on X as well. And then to the highs, it is a clean 3X on size, which was an amazing trade. Now, guys, price came back down and I mentioned these levels again. This is exactly where we bounced off from, the first level itself. Now, if price comes back down, guys, this is still going to be a region where I would still bid. All right, these levels are setting between 0.0043 to 0.0045, and then the final level which we bounced off from, which is 0.005068. If this ends up being an A, B, C towards the downside, we can basically find our price targets from the highs to the lows right around here, to the highs right around here, and then you can see you might just even come back into this box right here between 0.0026 to 0.0035. All right, I'm still bullish on Pump. I do believe that this is just a correction here, and then we are looking for higher prices, but this move down is looking pretty much impulsive to me instead of looking corrective. So I do expect that this is going to chop around a little bit instead of just straight up going up from here itself. Because if you see right here, it looks very impulsive, but I don't think that it is very easy to find some sort of a 5-wave structure here, because these are basically 7 waves, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So if we would have had one more dip towards the downside, maybe, then I would have been very sure that you should sell your Pump. But right now, I am a little bit in Pump, but not much. All right, so I'm still holding a little bit, which I bought from here, but most I have already sold in this region. All right, so I'm going to practice caution for the time being if price is able to come back up again. All right, because right now, if you see in this region, Then if this is your wave 1, this is 2, this is 3, and guys, we already should be forming our wave 4, and wave 4 has already almost overlapped with your wave 1 right here. All right, so this is a very complicated chart in my opinion for now for me to hold, and I have a big bag. I had a big bag on this one, so I'm basically considering to convert my pump into something like a meme coin, I would say, which is going to be either 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, XBT or 𝗓𝗓 in my opinion. These are the conviction plays for me. So these are the things that you should also do if you wish to do. But again, this is something that I cannot advise you on. All right, so this is not financial advice. This is just something that I am personally doing, looking at the chart. All right, now talking about the next play. Next up, guys, we were supposed to talk about DeFi, right? So the best bet in my opinion right now in terms of DeFi is going to be 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓. All right, this is currently sitting at $1 billion market cap, and I do believe that this is going to be one of the best plays in terms of DeFi on Base, and Base has now also announced its token as well, which would mean that price is going to go up for 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 as well, as people try to farm the Base airdrop by getting more transactions in, which would also increase the revenue for 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓, which is the largest DEX on Base. All right, so 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 becomes one of my favorite picks right now on Base in terms of DeFi or anything DeFi based. I would say 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 is one of the safest bets. That is why I'm still in 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓. You can also convert your hype tokens into 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 if you want, or you can also convert your pump token into 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 if you want, because I do think, guys, that everybody was talking about hype and pump, and now suddenly everybody has stopped talking about it. There is something happening behind the scenes. All right, now let's talk about the alpha, right? Let's just get into the alpha. So one launch that we got was XPL. This is from the founder of Tether itself. All right, now when it launched, I was in Singapore and it was just going up. All right, so I naturally stopped myself from getting into this, and what I did was I plotted 3 different levels of interest. One was the 32% correction from the highs, another one was 50% correction, and another one was 61% correction, and we have bounced off from the 50% correction. So I do think that it is very likely that XPL might have just bottomed out. This is 𝗕𝗪, by the way. So this is a good bet in my opinion. This could go higher, very higher, and this is a good launch as well. They have done nice airdrop as well. So I do believe that XPL is a good play right here. If you're looking for entry, you have entry at around 84 cents and then another one at around 65 cents. So keep eyes on 𝗕𝗪 for sure. In my opinion, anything below $1, guys, is a good entry on XPL. All right, then guys, there is a new launch which almost nobody is talking about right now, and that is 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓. Right, this is the chart right now, and let me just show you the same thing on CoinMarketCap. So let's just discuss what it is all about. All right, 00 it is currently sitting at 49 cents with a market cap of $1.72 billion. That is the circulating market cap, guys. All right, FDV at $5 billion. Now, if I talk about what it is, then first of all, guys, it is on Solana. All right, it was launched 4 days ago, and it does say that the token is mintable because this is a utility project, and utility projects are mintable. So is Solana, by the way. All right, now, if you see right here, 00 is a high performance global network of independently contributed links purpose-built for blockchain and other distributed systems. It provides direct low latency routing that strengthens validator performance and supports faster, fairer participation worldwide. All right, 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 tokens are used to access the network's connectivity service, and on the other side, reward network contributors and resource providers based on the performance and reliability. 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 tokens can also be staked to enhance the security of the network. Now, this is very difficult to understand what it is all about, right? But I was mentioned this particular project by the guy for whom you would not need any kind of introduction, but of course I cannot give you the name right here, but right here you see 60.7k followers on X, and let me just quickly follow them as well. 00 accelerating communication in high performance distributed systems to increase bandwidth, reduce latency. All right, this one I do believe, guys, this one is going to do pretty well. There are people talking about it, there are things happening behind the scenes, and this is one of those things that a lot of people are missing out on. But the chart, that is the problem here. Right, this chart, I cannot give you any kind of entry on this one. All right, but what I can give you is right here. You can see we have some sort of support in this region. This is the first wick as well. After the launch, we got a wick in this region, and now we are bouncing off in this region itself. So maybe, guys, maybe this is the bottom. All right, I'm not giving you a call or anything like that, but maybe this is the bottom. If it goes lower, it goes lower. You have to see this one for yourself. You will have to find this one for yourself from the highs to the lows. If I just plot Fibonacci, then guys, you can see we have some key levels of support. I would say this box, this green box is the first one. And then the second region of support, which I would want to mark off, is going to be the 786 Fibonacci level, $1.19 billion. But again, this is very high market cap. All right. So you're not looking at insane multiples like 100x or 200x. But I do believe that very soon, a lot of people are going to talk about this altcoin. All right. A lot of, I'm telling you. All right. This is the alpha. Moving on, guys, to the next project, I would like to mention 𝗬𝗓. First time on this channel. This is on base as well. This is kind of the competition to pump, but just on base. So what is pump on Solana is 𝗬𝗓 on base, but it's not just about the meme coins. It's about creator capital markets. So if you believe that there is future for creator capital markets, I do believe it's on pump fund as well, but it could be one of the best bets right now to bet on 𝗬𝗓 because of the price action. So I have already mentioned these levels before on Karoshi's private, I guess. And this box right here, this white box, is where I wanted to buy 𝗬𝗓. So this has now happened, and that is why I'm mentioning it right now. A lot of people were talking about 𝗬𝗓 here in this region, They were saying that, this is going to go all the way to $1 billion market cap and all of that stuff, guys. I do believe things happen, but I always try to give you the best opportunities. That is why I always give you the disclaimer as well. This is not financial advice. I cannot give you the exact entry levels, but I try to give you when the price is down. This is why, guys, you need to understand that you need to buy when it is red and sell when it is green. So right now it is red. All right. How much of a correction it is from the highs? From the highs of $662 million all the way down to $183 million. This is a 72% correction. This is a big one. All right. Grab your bag of 𝗬𝗓, in my opinion. That is what I have done personally. And then if I move on to the next play, it is going to be kind of a low market cap play. This is on BNB. This is 𝗕𝗕𝗪. All right. So 𝗕𝗕𝗪 is basically the main token of the 𝗕𝗕𝗪 ecosystem, which unlocks utility once staked as 𝗕𝗕𝗪. 𝗕𝗕𝗪 or vested 𝗕𝗕𝗪, basically stakers enjoy real yield and additional 𝗕𝗕𝗪 rewards, platform fee discounts, increased fee sharing from rewards, and all of the other stuff. So what is 𝗕𝗕𝗪 ecosystem? Let's just quickly check this out. So with this, guys, you can trade and manage your portfolio with AI superpowers. This is a DeFi project, and this is a DeFi operating system backed by Binance Labs. All right, backed by Binance Labs. Easy Labs was formerly Binance Labs, so they have renamed to Easy Labs. Right now, this is sitting at how much of a market cap? $17 million, guys. This is why I told you that this video is going to be all about the alpha. So right here, if I drop a crucial level of interest, this is a very crucial level, around $11 million. We already have some support at the current level, so I already have a bag from the current zone itself. So maybe we bounce off from here. Maybe this is the triangle, and you just consider this move up to be some sort of a fake out, but we are creating some sort of a triangle, guys. Here, if you break out from here and you confirm support above it, do something like this, as you're looking at higher prices on 𝗕𝗕𝗪 as well. And right now nobody's talking about it, which is very, very weird in my opinion, because I don't know. But anyway, guys, you focus on this one if you wish. And this is something that, I have gotten into as well very recently at the current price itself. So definitely check this out. $17.2 million in terms of circulating market cap and $191 million in terms of FDV. All right. Moving on to the next play, guys, we have PMX. Now, this is prediction markets. This was previously Polycule, which was launched on Launchcoin. All right. Then they migrated to a new token called PMX. Now, what these guys are doing is these guys are allowing anybody to create a prediction question. So maybe you want to create a prediction question, right? So maybe you want to say that, will Bitcoin hit this price on this date? Or will this guy win this race? Or will this guy win in, the Olympics or something like that? That you can do, not the platform. You can do that, and you can provide liquidity to that pool, which is completely safe because you're never going to lose. And then people will buy or sell, or basically, say yes or no to that poll. And the number of people who say yes or no, the number of transactions, the more, the better for you, because you will be getting the fees from your pool. So this is one of those ways right now in crypto where you can make money by not risking almost anything. Because even though you will be depositing in the liquidity pool for the question, for the prediction market, you will still be getting that money back in full. And then you can make more money by getting the transaction fees rewards. All right. So this is something that is very interesting. I have marked off a few levels of interest right here, $28 million, and then another one at around $16.4 million. But I'm not sure if, we are going to see these levels. So do whatever you want to do with this information, guys. If you want to ape right here, I would not suggest you to do so because I'm still looking for a good entry on this one. I have not entered on this myself. So maybe we do something like this. Maybe we do something like this. So this is possible. Completely possible. So if you see a dip, if you see a good correction on this one, you can ape this one as well. This is from the prediction markets, and this is also the one narrative which I mentioned as redacted. All right, prediction markets is a narrative that is going to come in these next coming 3-4 months, and I do believe that this narrative is going to flourish a lot. So focus on these kind of plays. PMX is the leader in my opinion right now from the prediction markets meta. And then, we also have the final play, which I did mention in the beginning that, I'm going to give you an AI play. So let's just discuss that very quickly as well. So the final play is going to be 𝗕𝗓. All right. Now, these guys have been doing something really amazing. And this one was also launched on LaunchCoin. So LaunchCoin projects are coming back, which is crazy, guys, right? So if I show you the chart right here for 𝗕𝗓, we have been able to create a new all-time high recently. All right. It was looking dead. Right? So that is why, guys, you are making money if you're buying here, right? You buy the red, you buy when nobody is trusting. You just focus on your conviction, you focus on your research, and then you buy at the lows so that you can sell right here. How much of a move was this from the lows to the highs is a 9x. All right. Now it is coming back down. So I would like to definitely mention this one because I do believe that from what I have heard, this is going to $1 billion, right? This could actually go to $1 billion, but I don't know if it goes or not. But this level right here, this is your previous zone of support. Resistance right around here, this could act as a strong zone of support. So even right now at the current price, $31.8 million is a good entry point. If you want more entry points from the highs to the recent lows right around here, you can see the next zone of interest is the 0.618 at $25.3 million. Below that, you have another zone of interest at around $16.7 million. So I would say your zones of interest right now is, first off, is your current price point, and then the next zone is going to be $16.7 million, which is going to be close to like $17 million. So these are the two entry points for 𝗕𝗓 as well. And then, guys, there are a lot of things which are only reserved for Kāroshi's private members. So if you want to join Kāroshi's private, the link is given in the description section below. There is a waiting list for the monthly subscription, but you have to sign up to the waiting list if you want to get access. And then if you want instant access, guys, you can definitely join using the yearly subscription. The link is given in the description section below, guys. This video was also shared with Kāroshi's private before it went live on YouTube. So if you want early alpha, guys, make sure that you check it out. The link is given in the description section below. And that is basically everything, guys. Make sure that you drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you're new to the channel, guys, make sure that you smash that subscribe button and also ring the bell notification icon so that you can be notified whenever I put up another update. That's all, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep hustling.
Never slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.